I think that altcoins might be close to almost bottoming out or might even have bottomed out here in August. And that's exactly what we need to discuss within today's update video. This is going to be a very urgent one because this is going to be your buy opportunity before that true altcoin season is going to hit the market. So let's talk about exactly that within today's update video. We will discuss a lot more than only that. Of course, the most important charts, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, the latest news hitting the market. We will discuss everything, but I must say this video is a little bit more dedicated for altcoins. So if you do like that, make sure to smash on that like button on this video. If you don't, just watch another more Bitcoin dedicated video on my channel. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, of course, and yes, watch those latest YouTube videos, and from there we can dive in towards the most important content. Since if we take a look in towards 2023, 2024 and 2025, so basically this entire bull market for the altcoin market cap, we can see that normally in August, at the beginning of the month, we see altcoins bottoming out, which is basically exactly happening now. And once altcoins do hit that bottom at the beginning of August, it's usually only upside from there. So I do think that is looking insanely bullish for altcoins. And this is not only the case with altcoins, it's also the case with Bitcoin. Bitcoin also tends to see a bottoming period at the beginning of August, of course with slightly lower downside than altcoins, but there's also a downside period for Bitcoin, which seems like seasonality is on our side or is even on your side if you're going to survive this last dump to the downside. So I do think it's actually looking quite good here. Also, we have Q4 upcoming, which is usually a highly bullish quarter, definitely for Ethereum, and that's why it will also be very bullish for altcoins. It's usually one of the last bullish quarters of the bull market. So I do think most of the firework for altcoins is going to be happening in that last phase, which basically starts from August, so basically a part of Q3, but most definitely a big part of Q4. Move to the top side could start much sooner than you might think, because take a look in towards the liquidation. I did make a dedicated video about this yesterday, so also make sure to check that one out. But the liquidation is piling up above Bitcoin and above Ethereum at the biggest resistance levels. And once we're going to see that next move to the top side and most probably a huge short squeeze for Ethereum and also Bitcoin, from there it could go really fast and then you don't have the time to react and accumulate anymore. So make sure to prepare accordingly. Now I'm showing you the seasonality, I'm showing you the data. I truly think what's next here is going to be massive for altcoins, so please make sure to prepare for it. We can also clearly see it on this chart where we have the global liquidity, which is the blue line, Bitcoin, which is the orange line, and this pink line, which is basically the altcoins market cap. Altcoins are lagging behind Bitcoin and also massively lagging behind the global liquidity, and eventually Bitcoin will be catching up with the global liquidity. Money will rotate out of Bitcoin in towards that altcoin market cap, and also the altcoins market cap will catch up with the global liquidity eventually. So that is going to be a huge move from here, so don't fade it. We have the strategic Ethereum reserve absolutely exploding with all these institutional companies buying insane amounts of Ethereum here, and as long as that trend is going to continue, we will simply see that most of the sell pressure on Ethereum is going to get absorbed by all these huge institutional companies, these Ethereum treasury companies. So that is going to be highly bullish, and now the Ethereum ETF flows might be a little bit negative, but once they're going to start picking up again, which is already happening right now, then we could see even more sell pressure getting absorbed. Another bullish catalyst is the fact that most probably the Fed will be cutting rates in September, and that is definitely going to be super bullish for higher risk assets, of course. So that's going to be another huge bullish catalyst hitting the market, guys. And guys, if you do want to prepare for this next move coming up for altcoins, make sure you do so on Bitunix, because here you can claim some absolutely insane deposit bonuses just by signing up on Bitunix itself. So this is going to be the most beginner friendly platform to prepare yourself for that upcoming altcoin season, just because the insane bonuses you can claim over here as a beginner. So make sure to check it out. If you're getting interested, you can find the link in the description under this update video. And from there, I do want to quickly discuss Ethereum. Since we did not hit my conservative case yet, but to be fair, I'm not too worried about it. I do think we will be hitting that conservative case of $4,000 quite soon here, and that's where I will be taking some of my profits on Ethereum and will start rotating more into altcoins, because like I stated earlier in this video, I do believe in that next altcoin season coming up here, because the bottom seems to be very close seasonality wise. So that is going to be my exact game plan. If you just want to hold Ethereum for that longer term, I do definitely think you could also be a little bit more bullish, and that Ethereum could be hitting all the way over $6,000 here, guys. So it is definitely looking quite good for Ethereum, and I do still think we are about to see a massive move higher quite soon. Also because history seems to be exactly repeating for Ethereum, basically in this range seeing another bull trap, then the bear trap, basically grabbing liquidity at both sides of the order book, and from there we could start heading higher, just like we saw in this consolidation phase earlier. And you can also argue that we did saw something similar here. So that is looking absolutely insane, guys, and make sure to prepare accordingly for exactly that, because this is going to be huge for Ethereum. The ending stage of the cycle is always the most bullish for Ethereum and altcoins. So just remember exactly that, guys. We might not be trading in the altcoin season yet, but once we start moving, it will go super fast. So make sure to accumulate at a discount now to be selling in this altcoin season zone here. And guys, that was it for today's update video. A little bit more dedicated to altcoins. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments if you did so. And I will see you guys within the next update video tomorrow.